Hi everyone, welcome on board to SH0ČKER.
It is true that life can be full of mysteries. And what is mystery? Something that we do not have answers to at the moment, something that we do not understand at the moment. And eventually, when the shroud is taken off the mystery, when the mystery is demystified, we end up having something on our hands, something that we can relate to. At that time, we do not call it mystery. A gospel singer, Sammie Okposo, passed away. And prior to that, he was accused of immorality, adultery. The woman who accused him of this does not live in Nigeria. Sammie Okposo is a gospel singer domiciled in Nigeria. And this is not the first time that such allegation will be put out there. There are cases of how he impregnated this, how he impregnated that. All of those stories happened in the past, and it is not just one person. Well, certain pastors came forward, like Apostle Johnson Suleiman, prophet, or let us call him Brother Joshua Iginla. He came forward and he talked about weakness and talked about how pastor lambasted this singer. In fact, Suleiman said that they spoke on phone and he talked about how certain pastor exercised him, like they cut him off, like you are this and that. This is debatable. Some say there's nothing wrong with this. He's simply being disciplined. His weakness is becoming cancerous. Human beings are being destroyed. You get this one pregnant, you said it's not your own, you do this and that, you are becoming so randy. Your life, your lifestyle is at the expense of others. Now, other people even said, oh, what about you pastors that are trying to crucify him? Don't you have yours? Well, maybe they do, maybe they do not. That is not the bone of contention right now. All have sinned. It is true. But should we, in life, not after death, are we supposed to bear the consequences of our action? The talk is that he is bearing the consequence of his action, that he has done a lot of terrible things, and because they cut him off, he became sick. And also, no one called him for show. You know what he does? He goes to churches to sing. So he's not among the high earners anymore when it comes to gospel entertainment. He's no longer there. Probably his own church too decided to put him at the back seat, and he felt like, what's wrong with these people? After all, I know what that pastor did. I know what this one did. Why are they now looking at me as if I'm the only sinner in this world? Is it not the same show that we do? It's the same thing that we've all been doing. Now, let us go to the medical aspect of it, because the family of Sammie Okposo, they decided to release, they decided to speak. And before we go to what they said, bear this in mind also, that anyone can be sick. That is the truth. That is the reality. We often try to spiritualize everything in Africa, rather than people looking at their health, taking time to deal with their health. How many people will just do a random checkup, check their BP, check their blood sugar, do all other checkups? They don't. They just keep running life like, you know, someone who has a car, and you do not care to check your battery. You do not check any of the, very important. You don't check if your wiper is working. You don't check. You just jump into the car. You start it. All you do is to fuel it. You don't even care what kind of fuel. It's the same way you eat. You don't even care what you're eating. You just go on with life like this. This is what a lot of people have been doing. Did cutting off from this man, cutting him off, did it create depression and ended up having stroke and he died? Did he die in his sleep? What happened? Is it that he didn't care about his health? Is he drinking? Is he over drinking? What is really going on here? His family issued this statement, and I'm going to go through it. It is with a heavy heart, but with total submission to God, that I announce the passing of our beloved husband, father, brother, uncle, minister of God, Sammie Okposo. Sammie slept and went to be with the Lord on the morning of Friday, November 25th, 2022. More details about the burial will be communicated. This is what it is. Now, another entertainer, she's an actress, passed away. They said she had some mental issues. Then we eventually found out that she had some growth. And it's just, I'm talking about Adame. A lot of health issues that people are dealing with. No one would have known that Adame unless you're close to her. You would never know. The last time she came on a TV show, she spoke eloquently, acted like nothing was wrong. And a few weeks, couple of days later, we heard that Adame is dead. This is what it is. It could have been that he died as a result of health issue, that he has been suffering. It could be inherited health issue. It does not necessarily mean that he died because he was punished or he was disciplined because of his act. No. Do not forget, like I repeat again, that there are a lot of people who might be suffering as a result of the action of late Sammie Okposo. Probably the inaction of certain people who should have spoken or acted when Sammie Okposo, did certain things, used his position, manipulated them to do what they do not want to do. And right now, maybe some of those women are suffering. And now, about the health also, let us look at Nigeria. Apart from people not caring about their health, going for medical checkup and all of that, look at the lack of proper healthcare structure in Nigeria. What about the government sponsoring research? What about sending doctors abroad, bringing in scientists in and out so that they can share ideas? What about investing heavily in health? What about that? Because there are cases of people who went to hospital and they died for what they should have died of because the medical practitioner is this, is that. We've seen a lot. At times, the approach is always typhoid, malaria. When it is stroke, you begin to hear of some unorthodox approaches. You begin to see these things come out to play. We've seen several women who have passed away because they decided to go give birth through some traditional, and they keep saying, oh, this is how our parents have been doing it, this is how our ancestors have been doing it. Are there statistics that shows that these were not stillbirth, that children didn't die in those years? So we cannot say this is how our grandparents have been doing it. You should keep getting better. You don't hold on to a practice, hold on to an ideology because you say your ancestors this and that. I'm not saying go and embrace only orthodox medicine. I'm talking about standardizing everything. Orthodox, after all, look at Chinese medicine. They have this in Europe. They have this in America. They've established themselves. Why? Because they built on it and they can present it to the world. So if something happens to someone, okay, someone is speaking about a pastor and maybe something happens. Maybe the person has been dealing with health issue, or maybe the person is not just concerned about his or her health and this person dies or something happens to the person. The next thing you will hear them say is, oh, karma, oh, touch not the anointed, do my prophet. They begin to quote Bible scriptures that they do not have understanding about. They begin to say, oh, he has been hit, she has been hit, without them understanding that there are certain things that you need to take note of. At times, God will just look at people and he's like, what's wrong with these people? What's wrong with this person? Why are you fooling yourself? Why spiritualizing everything? I'm not saying you should not serve me in spirit, but you should take note of things happening around you. Haven't I said, go into the world and subdue it? Do this, do that. These things are there. This is not to rub away spirituality, but I'm trying to come with a balance. When you're talking about spirituality, not religion now, you should also look at your environment. Do not listen to pastors who go abroad for personal health care, and they come to tell you about anointed water, sticker, or any of those religious paraphernalia. If you have not subscribed to this channel, let's build it together. Tap on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell to alert you whenever videos are released.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.